Welcome back to the Creative Boom podcast, your regular dose of fun and honest conversations with creative people from all walks of life. Up next, we have Abbey Lossing, an illustrator and animator based in New York City. Having worked as a staff illustrator at BuzzFeed and then Vice, she took the leap into full-time freelance in 2017, and her clients today now include Facebook, Target, Google, the New York Times, and the Washington Post. Abbey is often inspired by fashion and textiles, and she loves to integrate patterns in all of her work. Abbey was one of the 10 artists and designers who collaborated with Creative Boom to celebrate our 10th anniversary last year. So I popped along to her Brooklyn apartment to thank Abbey in person and to chat more about her creative life. I'm here in Park Slope with my next guest, Abbey Lossing. Hi.
Hi.
I first got in touch with you when I was obviously I wanted to do an interview with you, and we did that, and that was great. And then Creative Boom turned 10, and you very kindly joined in and provided this beautiful poster to help us raise money for charity. Thank you for that.
Oh, no problem. It was fun.
Yeah, it's lovely to see your face, and thank you personally, because, you must, as a creative, get so many requests to do things and get involved with things. And so, it's always humbling when people say yes and get involved. So do you find that when you're working for yourself, you have to be quite disciplined about what you take on? And
yeah, definitely, especially within the past couple of years. I think because of social media, I just get a lot more requests and a lot more random requests that you can tell pretty easily that it's probably not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
But companies or clients or art directors, brands that I'm familiar with, definitely catch my attention when those ones come in.
Yeah, definitely.
My inbox.
Are you in that kind of nice, happy place where you can sort of, pick and choose who you work with?
I think right now I will say that I am. I mean, anything can change. So
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Don't knock on wood. But it's probably pretty recent, maybe the past year that it's been like that. But I think I probably could have had that mindset sooner, but I was just so nervous at first, oh man, I just have to take every single job that comes in, because who knows, maybe in a month I won't have any jobs anymore. So there's definitely a few months, maybe even a year, where I was just taking everything and it was too much. So it took me a while to be all right, you got to take a step back. You can't do everything. You have to kind of be a little bit more mindful of what you're spending your time on.
It takes a lot of courage, taking that step and just saying, well, actually, if I can just, get my ducks in a row and make it so that I can have, I guess you have to, before you make that conscious decision that you're not going to take everything on board, you have to kind of save up a lot of money and make sure and then just keep working on your marketing, keep focusing on your network. It's a constant push, isn't it? It? It doesn't stop.
Definitely. Yeah. And I think part of the thing that helped me was before I did full-time freelance, I had a full-time job as an illustrator, which was a great opportunity in that it allowed me to work all day for a salary and be creating things. But then also I was doing freelance on the side, getting new clients and kind of building up a base of work. So that helped when I did switch to full-time freelance, that I was able to save up more money while I was doing kind of two full-time jobs almost.
Good grief.
When I was doing freelance and full-time, I worked for Vice. So that helped also. Just having a little,
safety net.
Yes, definitely.
Sounds like you are quite a careful person. You think about things.
Yeah, I think it's hard not to overanalyze everything and having true. Thought of lots of different options and having something to fall back on is a nice way. It allows you to relax a little bit more, and I think you can create better work if you're more relaxed.
Are you doing anything else other than kind of working directly with clients? Are you sort of maybe thinking about branching out to other things like books or?
I have been thinking a little bit about a book, but I feel it's such a large undertaking. I have done one book previously, and it was just such a large time commitment that if I ever do another one, I want to be really excited and passionate about it. I just like haven't thought of anything, or like if it was like a book that someone else wrote and I was just illustrating it, I haven't like had that opportunity come my way where I was like, yes, definitely I want to like commit like 6 months to this. So I haven't done anything like that yet, but I'm not like completely closed off to the idea.
Well, I think you're probably just going through a phase where you can sit back a little bit and enjoy a bit of balance.
Yes,
because
definitely.
You sound like you've worked very hard to get to where you are now. And it does take a while to get to that level, but once you're there, it's a good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what's worked well for you in terms of getting, the work that's come in, apart from having, beautiful style, beautiful illustration work?
I think, well, partially like in terms of like the UK, over like anywhere that's not the US, my agent Handsome Frank like definitely brings in a lot of the jobs that I get.
That's great.
Within the US, I think mainly social media, Instagram, Behance. Like I've been posting my work online since I started working.
Yes.
I started with Tumblr, but
I think we all did.
Yeah, I kind of switched over when Instagram started, gaining popularity. And I think it's not necessarily like a lot of people will contact me and they didn't necessarily find my work on Instagram. Like they'll be like, oh, I saw it on like Pinterest, or it came up on this like random website. But I feel like just the fact that that's the only place where I share my work and then other people take it and put it other places, that just helps to get it in different corners of the internet where people can see it.
Yeah, because you've got really big following, haven't you, on Instagram, and probably get lots of messages. Do you feel like the people that are big fans of your work feel like they know you, because there is a lot of kind of personality in the portraits that you draw? And
it's hard to say, because I feel like I don't share a lot of my personal life on social. Like some illustrators or designers I think have a nice balance of sharing like little snapshots from their life along with their work, which I don't really do as much. So I guess maybe people might feel like they know me through my work, but it's not as like, it might just be an idea. Who knows if it's actually like an accurate like portrayal of who I am personally.
Yeah. Are you a private person then?
Yeah, I think I'm just like, I overanalyze what people might assume.
Oh, yes.
Like, it just seems like a lot to put out there for like, people can get pretty nasty.
Oh, it can be
But
horrible.
I feel like with art, everyone's just like, yay, it's great. Like, it's not as divisive, I feel like, as even like,
well, you can't say something horrible about, a beautiful portrait of a, mysterious woman, can you?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
Social media is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
It's helped me with my Creative Boom magazine. I've built a community through it. And up until kind of maybe 4 or 5 years ago, it was very organic and grew. And obviously all that's changing, because they want you to spend money if you want to reach the same corners of the web, which is a shame. But there you go. That's it's a free platform. They were going to have to start, charging for it. Anyway, that aside, what else do you do to put your name out there, and the fact that you've got your, wonderful Handsome Frank illustration agency over in London? Well, they're not in London, are they? They're in Cambridge, based in Cambridge. I thought they were in London, and I think they're in Cambridge. Anyway, I'll move along.
I haven't actually been to visit.
You should come.
I know. They always do a holiday party. And this year I was like, I'm going to go this year. But then over the fall, I'd been in Italy and I had like the worst flight back. I was like, I cannot go back.
Was it just jet lag? And
it was just like ridiculous. Like I think there was like 50 to like 40 mile per hour winds when we landed. Gosh. And like, I thought we were going to die.
That's really scary.
I'm not even like usually that nervous. Like I'm not like a nervous flyer or anything. I fly all the time, but it was pretty bad. So I was like, I need to take a little break, like at least a couple months.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You mentioned you overanalyze things. How do you put your work out there? How do you get past that kind of hump of, oh, is this good enough? Do you just say, oh, I'll just put it out? And
yeah, I guess I think, I don't know if I overanalyze my work, but I just think I overanalyze everything else.
Right, okay.
I actually feel like I'm not
Work's
really...
a happy place.
Yeah, I'm not really as precious with my work. I feel like
that's something you're
I just
very
don't-
confident
yeah,
in.
I'm just like, well, this is it, and it's fine.
So how did you get into this? You know, what was the thing that drove you to this career?
I was always like a creative person, I guess. Like growing up, I was really into theater and dance, and fashion. So I wanted to do fashion design, major in fashion design. So I went to school, and that was originally my major, but then I switched to illustration.
Oh, right.
For really no reason except for my drawing professor was like, you're really good at drawing. You should do illustration. So
it's nice.
So
you
I was
always
like,
hear
okay.
those kind of
Yeah.
stories about teachers that have just spotted something in you and they give you that nudge in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I switched to illustration my freshman year of college. And then after that,
It's just
I knew that. So yeah, during school, like the illustration department at the college that I went to was like, you kind of pick a focus. So you either were like, oh, I want to be like a children's book illustrator, or they had like comics or editorial, and I knew I wanted to do editorial. So that was like my focus for like the last 2 years of school.
So when was the kind of moment that you thought, when you'd sort of gone to work for another agency, when you started freelancing for yourself, when was the moment when you thought, gosh, I'm really doing well here. I can make a real career out of this?
So my first job didn't allow me to do freelance at all. Like it was written in my contract. Mm-hmm. So I swapped over. So that I worked there for 2 years at BuzzFeed. And then I swapped to Vice just because they would allow me, well, not just because, partially because the work there I was going to be doing was way more editorial focused, which is what I wanted to do, like illustrating for news stories. And also because they didn't have like that clause in the contract that said you couldn't work for anyone else.
Yeah.
So I think for like I worked there for a year doing both. And the only thing that was like the final push for me to like just commit to do it full time was, one, I like was getting to the point where I was going to have to start turning down freelance projects because I just like didn't have enough time. I was like not getting enough sleep. So, and then two, I got a really big project with Facebook. Actually, after I signed the contract, I went, I like gave my notice. I like immediately after.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it was nice because I was like, this will be like a 2-month project. It was also, obviously because it was a 2-month project, it paid more than like one illustration for like a magazine would pay.
That's amazing.
So yeah, that was like the final push.
Yeah, and you just thought, do you know what, I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah.
Amazing. And what's been the journey like for you since? Because you've worked with some massive names.
It's been pretty steady, which is amazing ever since the start. Obviously, there's always like times here and there where you have like, it's like a little slower, but I've been so busy in the other times that it's almost kind of nice, like have like a week where you can kind of relax a little.
Yeah, and try not to think, oh, is that it? Is my look run out? Yeah. So, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's part and parcel of working for yourself. You just have to accept that there's going to be busy times and there's going to be quiet times, and as long as you're fully prepared, I mean,
yeah, definitely,
you can survive. I mean, I've been surviving and doing this for like 12, 13, maybe 14 years. So, and I always say to myself, well, if it doesn't work out, I can always get a job.
Yes, definitely. And I think having the staff jobs, the 2 that I had before I did full-time freelance, it was great. Like I loved working there, and like if this doesn't work out and I have to go back to another staff job, like that's not the end. Like
No.
That won't be a horrible thing. So I think that also helps, like knowing that in the back of my mind, like I have,
there's nothing to be ashamed of either.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work out and you go and work for someone else. I mean, by the time you do that, you're probably, got way more, well, you definitely will have more skills and experience.
Yeah.
And with all these amazing brands under your name, you're not going to be just going back to the level you were at before you kind of went freelance. You're going to be probably brought in by a very large agency, and you're going to be leading a team, and, it's going to be an interesting chapter. I think too much kind of emphasis is placed on working for yourself. You know, we've on Creative Boom always written tips articles about how to go freelance, and just sort of talking to a few people recently how it's, you know, it's a great thing, but it doesn't suit everyone. So it's not that we have ever kind of gone, right, this is what you definitely have to do because this is the best way forward. It's just that it might suit people more than others, and it's about encouraging people who thought that they couldn't do it, who think that they should do it, but have never dared take the leap, because it's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, it's scary, and it's not as common. So I think for a lot of people, it helps to have those stories. Like, that's not the only option, but just to know that people can do it if you're interested. It helps to hear about it. Because, like, when I first started working, I didn't really know that many freelancers, like, personally. So it helps to, like, hear those stories online, at least.
I bet you know a lot now, though.
Yes. Well, yeah. But still not, like, a ton personally. Like, I would say, like, most of the people I hang out with, my friends, are not, like, fellow freelance illustrators. But
what do they think about what you do?
They think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's like unique, it's different than, but yeah.
I mean, I'm impressed. I'd love to be able to draw and to do it for a living and to be paid for being creative. I mean, this is the next best thing. I'm just like living my life through other people vicariously. So what was I going to ask you? Yeah, are you a local girl? Did you grow up in a city?
No, actually, I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. Well, no, Granville, Ohio, which is like a suburb of Columbus. And which is the Midwest. I don't know if
I've heard things about the Midwest. Okay. Yes, I have American friends.
Okay, but I don't know, like, most of the people who listen to this are from, like, Europe or...
You know, I grew up in a small town, so I know where you're getting at. It's different to New York, and it's got different kind of, you know, plus points, but downsides as well, which is if you wanted to live there, you'd still be living there, right?
Yeah. Well, I really do like Columbus, but one of my like illustrators that I really admire, and when I was in school, I interviewed him, and he told me that I had to move to New York if I wanted to be an illustrator.
Oh, really?
So I was like, oh, okay.
And you just followed that advice?
Why I did it. Yeah.
Fab. So when did you arrive?
Actually, he said New York or Boston, but...
Boston.
Yeah.
I've never been to Boston. That's on my list.
But I don't know. I like get where he was coming at, because I feel like starting off, that's a huge help. But now I know like lots of illustrators in other cities all across the US. So
yeah. Does it matter so much where we're based anymore?
I don't think it does anymore. But I do think that it helped me starting out to be here, just because I had those staff jobs and they were in New York. So
well, you have some massive brands here as well, and all the kind of creative events that are going on. And I've spoken to a few people this week whilst I've been here, and they say New York is very much like a village. Everybody kind of knows each other. So I can imagine the creative community here, once you're in there and you go to a few big events, you just start seeing the same faces, and that must be really uplifting, and must be a great way to network and get some recommendations. And
yeah, the community, and also like I think there are just a few. This is like not specific to New York. I think it would be any city, but there's just like specific New York jobs where they want someone who's based in New York to do it, which helps.
Yeah.
And since it's a large city, there's lots of those.
Yeah. So what's the going back to work? If a client approaches you, what's the kind of ideal brief that you get? What would be the dream brief?
I guess it kind of depends on the type of project. Like an editorial assignment, if like the article is really interesting to me, or if it's like a topic that I'm passionate about, that's great. For something more like working with a brand, like a bigger scale project, I think just the more open-ended the brief is, the better. Yeah. Like you have some briefs, some briefs are just like, we need like X, 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 and Y. Yeah. And we need like these colors, and like very prescriptive.
Do you enjoy those kind of jobs?
I would say that's like the least ideal. And like but also it's not as like creatively, like you can't get as creative with it, but it's also, at least you know exactly what you want and you can deliver that to them.
Yeah.
And there's no like second guessing, like, oh no, like what if this isn't what they want? But on the other side of the coin, there's like, I'll get briefs where, like, I recently worked on the Warby Parker holiday campaign.
Yeah.
Which is a glasses company. I don't know. They're US based, but their brief for the whole project was just like create a winter wonderland.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's like, okay, that's awesome.
Did you just skip around the flat?
Yeah. Well, it was like 10 months before Christmas, so I wasn't even really in the holiday spirit at the time.
So you
it was
had
like
to,
July, but
you had to kind of imagine New York being full of snow. And, oh, you haven't had any snow this year?
No, it's been really mild.
Yeah. I mean,
it's been like in the 50s.
It's crazy. Walking around, it just doesn't feel like February out there at all.
And usually we have like one big snowstorm where like kind of shuts the city down.
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't happened yet, so I don't know. Maybe it's not going to happen this year. No.
Gosh, that's scary. Hopefully it's not climate change, but well, everybody's been mentioning it this week when we've been chatting about it, and you know, but mixed feelings. A lot of people are like, oh, but it's so warm.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
like,
but then
so
we feel
nice,
so guilty.
Is it like because we're all gonna die?
We're all gonna die. Great, yay! Well, at least I got to do this podcast.
Yeah.
You just got to keep going, haven't you? Would you say you're a kind of persistent, determined person? Do you have a drive in you that just is relentless, doesn't stop?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like you have to be illustrator.
Of course. No, like, I'm asking that because it's just, I'm basically going around and using this podcast as an excuse to sort of say, do you feel the same way as me?
Yeah.
It's great.
So one time I was drawing something and my husband I didn't really realize, but he was like kind of watching me and he was like, is this like how you draw all the time? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you just like keep hitting Command Z and like redrawing the same thing over and over again. I was like, oh yeah, it's like totally normal.
Oh my goodness.
He's like, okay, that seems like very repetitive. But yeah, just like I'll redraw the same line like 50 times until it's like
until it
perfect.
Feels. And when is it perfect? Is it a feeling, or is it a visual thing, or is it a combination of both? Just is it a gut feeling that you listen to?
No, I feel like it's a visual thing.
Like a feng shui.
Yeah, like you want it to be like, I don't know, like I love like really clean lines and like nice curves and
but
I do hand drawn, so it's hard to like get it perfect.
With an iPad Pro? Or what do you use?
Well, I use a Cintiq in Photoshop for like professional work or like finishing anything, even if it's like a personal project. But sometimes I'll sketch on my iPad.
Oh, wow. I'd love to sit next to you and just watch you do that because, I love your work and it's really interesting just looking around this beautiful apartment of yours. It's very you. I can tell that you put this together.
Yeah.
Has your husband had any say in this? Or?
No.
All right.
He doesn't really like care though, so it's fine. Actually, he built that, but...
Oh, it's beautiful. Is that what he does? Is he a woodworker?
No. But there is nothing covering the fridge. I'm talking about a wall right now that's
it's beautiful.
Covering the fridge, but the fridge was just too much in view.
So you're a bit kind of, because everywhere it looks to me, everything is very neatly placed. I feel, Abby, that you and I have a lot in common. Like I feel like if I moved that beautiful gold horse ornament 2 inches that way, it would just freak you out.
Yeah.
You'd be like, put it back.
Yeah, I feel like there's like two different types of personalities that are creatives, and one is just like there's stuff everywhere and they're like kind of like more free-spirited, and I'm like definitely the opposite. Like I want like my desk to be completely clean and I don't need anything out because I just work all digitally, so it can be like completely bare.
You're like my husband, very minimalist.
Yeah.
Everywhere has to be tidy, everywhere's clean.
Yeah, which maybe is in the minority for creatives, but
I'm not so sure. I've met quite a few because I always end up looking around their office space and saying, gosh, I think you and I have got this same affliction where everything has its place and everywhere is very clean and it's a good thing. I think it's a positive thing. And I think it kind of shows a lot of our personalities and that, that's how we are. And probably reflects in the fact that you've been so successful, because you applied the same principles and everything being very organized and structured. And so where does that come from, do you think? Were you like that as a kid, as a child?
I don't, not as like a teenager, although I think that no teenagers are really that.
Oh,
like,
no, I was really? Weird. I used to announce to my mum and dad and my little brother, right, I'm going to my room to spring clean it, and it would happen every month, and I'd move things around and make it better and tidy and clean, and then I'd announce to the family, right, you can all come and have a look now.
Yeah.
And I love that, and I still do it now. And I my poor husband Tom, he goes, I'm just going to go into the attic and get out of the way. I was like, oh yeah, that's probably for the best. And then I'll sometimes spend 6 hours just happily tidying and cleaning and organising.
Yeah.
I think I need to go and speak to someone.
Actually, I probably get it from my mom. She's kind of the same way. She would be like, if ever my dad went out of town, he'd be like, I have to hide anything that I don't want her to donate, because she would like go through the closet or like reorganize some room and just like get rid of stuff.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. So what did your parents do? Or what do they do? Sorry.
My mom was a teacher, but then she was a stay-at-home mom after. Okay. I have 2 siblings, so after we were all born. And my dad is an investment attorney, so
oh wow, so
not great.
No, not wow. That's interesting. And what about your siblings? Have you got brothers, sisters?
Yeah, my sister's optometrist, and my brother-in-law is an optometrist. My sister-in-law is a dentist.
Wow.
And my brother is a chemical engineer.
Oh, wow. So, okay, so you are really the black sheep of the family.
Yes.
And what do they all think about what you do?
Well, now they like think it's cool. But like when I was in art school, they were like,
yeah. It
like,
happens.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But if you come from quite a traditional career background like that, then I guess, art's sometimes seen as this thing that, well, they're just parents. They're going to worry that you're not going to be able to make a career and, have a comfortable life, I guess. So what does your husband do?
He's the head brewer of a brewery, so.
Oh, right. Wow. Yeah. So you have probably lots of free beer.
Yeah, although we don't really drink beer here ever.
No, don't have
but
any
we
at
could
home.
have it whenever we wanted.
Yeah, I was going to say, he probably, if he does it for work, he's probably sick of it by the time he comes home. Oh.
Yeah, we're more wine drinkers at home, or when we go out.
Yeah.
He gets enough of it at work. Not that he drinks at work, but he's around it all day, so.
So he doesn't jump into the vat of beer and swim in it?
No. Although never on purpose. Sometimes like,
Oh, right. Accidentally fall in.
No. Or like a hose will go off or something, but.
And then he comes back stinking of beer. And...
Well, there's a shower there, so.
Oh, right. That's handy.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in New York now?
Just over 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you find that you are going to be okay for another 5 years here? Because I've been talking to a lot of people. There's a high turnover, as with any city. Yes. And some people love it and they stay here forever, or they stay here for a long time. And some people they probably get to the 6-year mark and they're just exhausted by it and they need to go back to where they grew up. I mean, do you have that feeling, or are you kind of quite happy here?
I don't feel like exhausted, like I'm going to hit 6 years and need to leave. But I also don't feel like I'll live here forever, just because I think it's a little cost prohibitive.
Oh, yes. It's
especially
expensive.
I don't know. Especially like if I ever wanted to like have a family, I think it would like not. It would be doable, but it would not be enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
To like be worried about like affording rent for like a 3-bedroom apartment, or like buying something, I guess. I don't know. Also, New York the population has actually been going down.
Really?
And the real estate market is a little like...
Precarious.
Not precarious. I just like, even if I had the money to like invest in a property here, which I think would be the only way, like if I was going to live here for 30 years, like I'm not paying rent for 30 years.
No, goodness no.
Like this like level of rent. But I don't know.
So the call of home.
I love the idea of it, but I think it's better in my mind than it would actually be in practice.
So, would you say like the call of home is getting louder, or is it just a matter of maybe being practical and thinking it'd be quite nice to buy a house?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things. I just can't foresee I love living here, but I don't think that I will live here forever. So it's almost just like, oh, should I just get it over with and move now, or should I like wait for 5 more years? Or it's hard to tell, but
must be nice to be near to nature again as well.
Yeah. I think I would enjoy living like in a smaller city that was maybe like a little bit easier to get out of. It's just like if I like want to go for a hike or something, it's like 2 hours in the car.
Yeah, that's a long way.
Which is a little bit of a hurdle to jump over, but yeah.
Yeah. What I noticed as you were walking around barefoot before, you've got a tattoo on your foot. What's it say?
It says "To the Summit" in Latin.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I got it when I was 18. And I'm really into rock climbing.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was a freshman in college, the summer after my freshman year of college, I worked at a base camp in Colorado. So basically I just lived at 11,000 feet, and different groups would come by and we would like hike up to the summit with them and back. So I did that all summer, and you would like cook for them and like carry all their stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And but it was really fun. So I got it that summer.
I've got a friend who I think you'd really get on with. She's over in California, and she one summer was on the bear camp at Yosemite, where they were doing all this research to try and figure out ways to keep the bears and the humans apart.
Oh, yeah.
And so she was up there camping out and scaring off the bears at night and all this kind of thing. It's quite interesting. I mean, that part of the world's beautiful. Do you get out that way much?
So I haven't spent that was Yosemite, right? I haven't spent that much time in Yosemite or like Southern California, Southern US, just because most of the traveling that I've done out west has been over the summer, where it's like too hot.
Way too hot.
So I've done mostly like Northern US, like Montana, Northern California, Washington, Oregon, Montana, that area.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
And what is it about climbing that you love so much?
I feel like I think it's like a really creative way to exercise, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It's like problem solving, kind of like you look at a route and you have to like figure out how to get your body up.
Yeah.
Like what you got to work with what you have and like make it work. But
that's incredible. I mean, to be able to, did you do it without kind of harnesses, or were you always like really safe?
there's like bouldering, which is where you never go. You stay like pretty low to the ground, and then you just jump down and you put like a pad on the ground so you don't hit like hard ground.
That sounds good. I could start there.
But if I'm doing anything tall, I use like ropes and a harness. Almost all climbers use ropes and a harness. Only Alex Honnold, who gets all the press, uses nothing, but he's crazy.
Well, I was just worried about you. That's all. I was just making sure.
No, I always use ropes.
I can get that, because it's like you're never going to look at your watch and check the time to see how long you've been exercising.
Yes, yeah.
Because you're just lost. It's almost very mindful. Because you, like you say, you're just constantly thinking about what's next, rather than, I've got another 20 minutes running around Central Park or wherever before I can go for a shower and call this a day. It's like playing, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah. And it's also a lot more social, I think, than a lot of other, especially like bouldering, like the bouldering community in New York is probably more intertwined maybe than like freelancers. Like
I didn't realize.
Like a scene.
Wow. And where do you boulder then? Do you sort of head out in the car, share sort of a big cab or something? Or
there's bouldering in the Gunks, which is like an hour and a half north of the city. But mainly there's like gyms where you train all along or all throughout the city. So
maybe I'll give it a try then.
Yeah.
Yeah. What tips can you give me when I'm starting out? Anything to sort of look out for?
I think a lot of people, when they like first starting out, are thinking mostly about their upper body and like holding on with their arms. But if you think a lot about like your legs and like trying to keep your weight onto your feet instead of like holding up all your weight with your arms, it helps a lot.
Great. So moving on, it's a new decade, new year. I've been asking people this quite a lot. Do you ever kind of look back on the year previous and then sort of think, right, okay, that went well and made a few mistakes there? And
I think this year, since it was like a decade, it was way more like overarching.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, just because so much had changed. Like, at the beginning of the decade, I was graduating from high school. So,
good grief.
And then I got I went to school, moved to New York, got married, moved I lived in like 5 different apartments.
God, it's been an amazing 10 years for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it was more just like, whoa, like I feel like, so that was 18 to 28. I feel like those are informative years for anyone, but it just like put it in perspective, having it be like a decade of like from 2010 to 2020. Those happened to be, I happened to graduate high school in 2010. So it just made it more of like, I don't know.
The time is passing, and
it
kind of freaked me out as well. I suddenly realised, gosh, we're in 2020, because you just try and ignore it, don't you? And kind of, because I don't really like New Year's Eve. I don't understand people who like it, because I just find it really, it's like really bittersweet, but more sad than bittersweet, because you think, oh God, I'm getting older, and it's really, anyway, sorry to be depressing.
We have an election in 2020 that I've been looking forward to. So.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
It's been quite an interesting week for America, and I've been sort of getting the New York Times every day, so it's been interesting seeing what's happening with Trump and everything. And oh gosh, it's going to be
it's terrifying.
an interesting, possibly terrifying year, but we'll see. And so have you kind of thought, right, okay, that was good, done some good stuff there, worked hard, I'm in a good place, married, got this beautiful apartment in a really lovely area of New York, and now kind of what's next? I mean, what are you kind of thinking? Because we all do it, we all think, right, and okay, that worked, that didn't, what am I going to change, what am I going to do better next time?
Yeah, definitely. I think mainly was thinking that I want to really like focus on each project that I take on. Like, I feel like, I know we spoke about this briefly earlier, but it's like hard to get to the point where you're like, nope, this is what I'm working on this week. Like, I'm not taking on anything else, even if like someone emails me about like a really fun project, like I just have to say no. And like, I feel like I draw really quickly, so it's easy for me to just be like, oh yeah, I can do that, like add it on to the list. But I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful. Yes, mindful and like disciplined.
That's a really good skill to have, though, to be able to sort of draw so quickly and come out with these portraits. Because I was speaking to John Bergman this morning, and he said, oh, sometimes it can just take, a long time. So
I feel like, and it's frustrating because you don't know. It's hard to know with certain projects. I feel like it just depends on the day. Like, some days you'll just be feeling really creative and be really good at drawing, and you can finish a project in like 3 hours, and it's something that you really like. Or other times you're like on your like 3rd day working on it, and you're like, this is terrible. Like, I don't know what I'm doing with this. It must be horrible. Yeah, so when you're like taking on projects, it's like, oh, well, maybe it'll be like just an amazing 3 hours, and I'll like book something out like great. And it's like in my mind, I'm like, that's how it's gonna be. But that's not always how it is.
No, because we have our off days and can be just really unproductive, and we like tearing our hair out, and we're like, oh, why am I so rubbish? So what do you do then if you're stuck? Do you do anything? Do you go bouldering?
Yeah, if I have time, it's great. Sometimes I like to clean, so
woman after my own heart.
Yeah, I'll just clean. I feel like that can be a mental thing. If I'm like, I could like vacuum, and then maybe I'll feel more creative.
Yeah,
because I'll be like, everything is in its place. But Other than that, I think with like personal projects, if I'm not feeling it, like I just put no pressure on myself. I'm like, well, I'll just not work on that today.
That's a really good tip, actually.
Yeah. But for client work, obviously you have to. So if I like do a couple things, I'm still just feeling like, I feel like that's when you just have to be like, all right, well, that's how you feel, and you just have to keep working.
You just have to keep going. I think just starting is sometimes the hardest thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I think starting, and then also like having, like, especially for brainstorming, I feel like if you're trying to come up with an idea for a project, like having been like kind of brainstorming ideas, sketching stuff out for like a few hours and still not really feeling like you have anything that you're excited about, I feel like that can be really tough.
Yeah. And then during those kind of tough times, do you feel like, oh, I can't do this, I'm no good? Do you have like a bit of a confidence crash, or do you just pull through? I mean, tell me all your secrets.
I think that everyone feels like that. And if you didn't, well, we wouldn't. You're either like very confident, or I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist, so I'm not gonna like diagnose you about it. But I think that I like just keep telling myself it's like totally normal, and I try not to like fret over it. Like, so I'm like, I'm like feeling pretty crappy today, but that's fine. Whatever. Like,
yeah, it's good advice. And also like reminding ourselves that, you know, we're not really that important, are we?
No, yeah. And,
you know, whilst we might think this thing to us is the most important thing that's happening right now, it's really okay. Yeah. We can just, you're right. We can just say, just relax, Katie, just relax, Abby. It's going to be all right. And we're going to crack on and fight to, you know, live to fight another day.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also just think like, for me, it helps to keep in mind, like, this moment is not going to last forever. Yeah. And like, I'm lucky right now to be able to have lots of jobs that allow me to work on stuff that most days I'm like really excited about. So I feel like you have to keep a positive mindset, which is easier to say than to actually live out every single day. But for the most part, I try to stay very positive.
Yeah, positivity is the thing you have to constantly strive for.
Yes.
And those little voices in our head that just pop out and come from nowhere. You know, some people give them a name. I call mine the witch, and I just say, "Shh, be quiet. It's going to be okay."
Yeah.
I mean, those voices in our heads, we have to just it's just acknowledging that we have to control them by not control them, just acknowledge that they're there.
Yes.
And sort of talk back to them and say, oh, okay, that's interesting. That's revealing probably something about my childhood or my insecurities. That's interesting. But you don't have to own it.
Yeah.
You can just sort of say to yourself, that is just a thought, and I don't have to act upon it, and it doesn't mean that it's real. Anyway, this went very deep, very quickly. I feel we should probably move on. But yeah, cleaning I love, because you know how everybody's always like, oh, you should meditate. You know, meditation's really good. I don't feel like I've ever needed to meditate, because when I'm cleaning, I just go into it. Like, I just completely zone out. I don't think about anything. I'm just in my happy place, cleaning and making things beautiful and tidy. And even just cooking and baking and things like that, just the simple things are just what make us happy, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on about that. What are you most proud of at the moment then? What kind of project have you been working on lately that you thought, oh yeah, I'm really happy with that?
So I guess, I mean, I already touched on this, but the Warby Parker project last year I really liked. And it was really fun because they like did window displays in every store across the US.
Wow.
So it was like kind of murals, like, and people were always like sending me pictures from different cities.
Oh, that must have been a proud moment.
Yeah, it was really fun. And it was just kind of like all encompassing, like their holiday bags were like my illustration, like the cases were, they even made, like, I drew a snow globe for them, and they made it into an actual snow globe.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
that's it, so you can retire.
Like, there's like my little like drawn people, or like little 3D people in this like little village that's
Oh, that must have been a career highlight.
It was just a really fun project. The brief was like really open-ended, and they ended up doing like a ton with like the illustration that I gave them. They like really did a lot with it. So
yeah,
that was fun. And then this year, I'm working on a couple of projects, a lot of like figure-based projects, which I really love drawing people. So it's really great.
Yeah.
Like one project is to just draw, I think it's like 30 people in different poses.
Great.
So that's always fun for me because I love drawing humans.
Yeah.
But, and then also personal work. I want to do a lot more painting this year, like actual painting, not like digital, which is a little difficult in my studio because it's really more like an office. Like I don't have like a painter's studio available to me, but
you could, there's room enough in here to put an easel, but I have a feeling that it'll just really annoy you because it'll be just this eyesore in the corner, but you could put plants around it and you could make it pretty.
I think I would like try to squeeze it into my office before I put it out in the open.
So we can expect a whole new load of work coming out of you in the next couple of years, and probably a couple of exhibitions, I would expect.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And when you draw people, are they based on real people or fictional or a bit of both? Where'd you get the inspiration?
Sometimes I'll base the outfits off of real people that I've seen, or like just styles in general, but like never the actual humans are based. They're never based off of anyone, or the poses really. Yeah, just made up completely.
Great. I love them. I think you've got a really unique style, and it's nice to see them popping up on loads of different kind of, things that you see online. And you, again, I always see you flash up on Instagram, and it's great. So if anyone's listening to this and they love your work and love what you do, and they really want to go freelance and become an illustrator just like you, I mean, what kind of lessons have you learned that you think you could share and pass on to them and help them sort of take the leap?
I would say create the type of work that you want to be hired for, even if no one is hiring you to do it. I definitely did that when I was first starting out, because I think it helps to have like a cohesive portfolio that looks like how you want to look, how you have decided you want it to look, and not necessarily like when you're first starting out, you might get like some weird projects. So like you want the money, but maybe necessarily they aren't completely in line with like what you want your style or look to be. So I think really just like being self-disciplined enough to be like, oh, it's Friday afternoon and I'm done with work for the week. Or maybe like you have some time on a Sunday, just like create your own personal project, self-initiated project. Maybe pick a article. If you want to do like editorial illustration, you can like, I used to always just pick out articles from the New York Times and make my own illustration for them, just for like no reason besides to like put it in my portfolio. So I think that helped when I was first starting out.
Yeah, because you have to have something to show and you have to push yourself and learn.
Yeah, and I think that people who are first starting out think that, oh, well, if it's not for an actual client, no one cares about it. And that is not, I don't think that's true at all. Like, so many projects that I've gotten have been off of stuff that I just did for fun and posted.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if it's not like for somebody.
It gets you noticed, and I guess you can push yourself that bit more and be more creative, and that shines through.
And there's less pressure when you're working for yourself, because if when you're done you don't like it, well, then you just never just put it in a folder on your computer and never show it to anyone, or like put the piece of paper in your flat file and never open it again. But when you're working for a client, there's that like, oh man, if this isn't good, like,
oh gosh,
maybe they'll be frustrated, or maybe they'll never hire me again. So you don't have that like extra self-doubt whispering in the back of your head.
That kind of dreaded, hovering your finger over the enter key, to hit send, and you're like, oh my goodness. And then you have to sort of wait for them to come back to you. And I hear that when you're an illustrator and you're doing something like a book, it's even worse because they're very slow, the publishing world, and they just take ages to give you any feedback. It'll be a month before they come back to you. So you just have to just kind of send it, forget about it, and just deal with it when it comes in. But yeah, I can imagine the stress you must feel when you've sent something off. But...
especially when you're first starting off, I think I would like really get worried about.
Yeah.
So it made it
Quite right.
It made it harder and less enjoyable to work. So like having personal projects to throw in there, it like was like reminded you what like we're working towards, like that feeling, like getting that feeling when you're working on client work is like the ideal, I feel.
Yeah. And I suppose you've been working for yourself for long enough now
now it's more like it feels pretty much the same to me now. But when I was first starting off, definitely not.
And you've gone through all the same things that we all go through when we start a business. You're obviously charging a better rate now, and you're probably more professional with contracts, I assume, and you're kind of doing all of these things right. But nobody ever tells you that you need to do these things. There are only things that you can learn as you go along. So you've kind of got all that out the way. You're in a really great place, and now you've got all these brand names behind you. I mean, there's no stopping you now, really, is there?
Hopefully not. We'll see. But yeah, it's been great. So I'm definitely like cautious, but also like hopeful for at least the next 2 years. So
great. Well, thank you so much, Abbey, for your time. It's been great finding out more about you, and I wish you loads of luck and success.
It's been great talking to you.
Thank you. Thanks for listening to the Creative Boom podcast. Special thanks to Wix, the website builder, for making this episode possible. If you enjoyed my chat with Abbey Lossing, please subscribe or leave us a review. Go to creativeboom.com/podcast to find out more, or follow us on Twitter @CreativeBoom. I'll see you next time when I'll be chatting with Chinese-born, Brooklyn-based designer, illustrator and animator Zipeng Zhu.